Hello Chocks and Chockettes, down in between, Chocolo here for another video review. This time the Lindt White Lindors mini eggs, yeah. That's what you'd call them. Well, does it actually say mini eggs on there? I don't think it does, but there we go. Clearly that's what they are. Yeah, so what does it say? Irresistibly smooth white. Yeah, white chocolate eggs with a smooth melting filling. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so we'll see how these compare to the ones I just reviewed, which weren't Lindor ones, but they had like a sort of white filling. Milk chocolate mini eggs with a creamy white filling. So, I think these ones basically are white chocolate. So what does it say? Yes, white chocolates with a smooth melting filling, 44% it says there. But this does have palm oil in it. Must be, yeah, so the other ones didn't actually. So that's the difference. If you're, that matters to you, that's definitely something that's, these ones don't have palm oil in. So, Well, this is white chocolates, there we go. And there's the Lindt Lindor guy, whatever he is again, or the Lindt guy. Never touched chocolate in his life other than for that photo, because he'd be covered in it. It'd be all around his mouth, all over his face, all over his smock, everywhere. Yeah. So Lindt Lindor, created by the Lindt master chocolatiers, passion and love for chocolate since 1845. Yeah, master chocolate, Swiss chocolates since 1845. Lindt Sprungli. I don't know pronounced Sprungli, but it could be pronounced differently. Got the South Africa address as well, again. 80-gram bag. So the other one was 80 grams as well. I think I forgot to mention it was 80 grams, but it seems to be their standard size, 80 grams. Yeah, what's it per 100 grams calorie wise? Yeah, is that right? 626 calories, flipping heck. 47 grams of fat, 35 of which are saturates. 626, well, goodness me. I mean, crikey. Well, you know, so I've only been doing it for not too long, so maybe about half a year now. But basically, the threshold for 100 grams for most chocolates is between 500 and 550 calories. And this one's 626. That's massively over the usual one. Yeah. So that's massive. That isn't it? Massive. So Lindors are very calorific. Obviously, there's only a few eggs in here, but that's per 100 grams. So the whole bag's probably it's 4/5 of that amount, so it's probably about 500 calories for the whole bag, something like that. Crikey. Quite a lot considering what it is. Yeah, goodness me. Okay, yeah. Anything else to say? Well, it's got the typical sort of Easter. It's got the grass at the bottom, as I always say they have. An image of an egg as well, with the Lindor cream filling going in. Yeah, so it's basically like a sort of white chocolate. I guess you could even say like a. I don't know what you describe it as. A creamy filling. Sort of one of these truffle noisette. What's the other one they have? Praline or something like that. That kind of sense. A white chocolate praline centre. It's just like a smooth, creamy centre. So we'll see. All right. Yeah, there isn't much more to say. It's got the old sort of butterflies on as well. It's another staple of Easter products, having butterflies on. It's got the sort of Lindt Lindor. I think it's a Lindt sort of flowery thing there. I don't know what they are. Like sort of tennis rackets with leaves. So I'm not sure what they are, but there we go. I'm assuming they are some kind of plant. Alright, okay, well, there we go. Looks very nice. Instead of the sort of like the vista or whatever continues onto the back, and we've got the white chocolate sky. This sort of green pasture here. Yeah, very nice. Okay, right, well, let's give them open. Let's do it. Let's give them an open. Right, okay, once I give these Lindt Lindor white chocolate mini eggs an open. Yeah, it doesn't really officially call them white chocolate mini eggs, but that's basically what they are. So, yeah, so we're giving them a comparison to these Lindt's milk chocolate mini eggs with a creamy white filling. Yeah, so they weren't actually white chocolate in those, but these are white chocolate, and they're covered in white chocolate as well. Yeah, so I've done about around about 750 reviews now at time recording, maybe even more. So after you've watched this video and liked it and subscribed to the channel, and there'll be a link to place of all my other reviews in the top right corner. So after you watch this one, as I say, go check them out. Hopefully you enjoy those too. There you go. So you can see it's half full, this bag again. It's always the case with these. You can see half full. Not really being unfair. Not scrunching them to the bottom. That's kind of how they were. But obviously they can move around a bit. But even then, still not full to the top. And there's still this flourish at the bottom as well. This just makes it look bigger. You can't fit anything in that, it's just a seam. There we go, yeah, pretty terrible that. Okay, so let's see how many we've got in here. Roll around a bit. Yeah, I don't really like Lindt's egg shape actually. I think it's a bit of a weird like a suppository, really, to be honest with you. I'm not too keen on it. It's not really an egg, is it? You know. Okay. Right. So 5, 10, 15, 17 we've got here. Can't quite recall how many we had in these ones, but it's weighed the same. So probably will do a caption of how many we had in the difference or whatever. Yeah, okay. So probably are the same size. Things like this though. We can see there's a wrapper. Nothing too dramatic going on. Just got the sort of Lindor. Upside down. Yeah, branding on. Yeah. Okay. Let's give it an open then, give it a measure. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, nice full wrapping though. Very sort of white chocolate. You can see it's definitely some nice white chocolate there. I can see there. Oversaturate the camera. We'll see. It'll sort itself out. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so it's got the seam in the sort of seemingly wrong place. Oh, there's a bit of a dark spot there. I'm not sure what that is. See that dark spot? Let's investigate that. Okay. Does it say Lindor or anything on it? Can't see it doing. Yeah, definitely is affecting that dark spot. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? Not what it is. A couple of them actually. On there. On there. I don't know if you can see those. I can't see it say Lindor or Lindt or anything. You know, the other ones did say that. This ones don't. So yeah, okay, a bit of a shame that, but there we go. Alright, let's get a bit of a measure. So I'm quite sure they are the same size as the other ones. They look to be the same. Seems to be. Okay, let's give a real measure. Real calipers. Okay. Yeah, about 2.7 again. Yeah, 2.74 centimeters. And the width of them about 1.77. Yeah, so 1.78, 1.8 centimeters. There we go. All right, let's give this a bit of a chop then. We'll perhaps try and investigate what that dark patches are. You can't really make them out very well by eye, but when I was on the camera, you can make them out. Right, we'll cut down the seam first of all. Yeah, we can see them actually slightly. Let's cut down the seam if we can. Harder to see the seam in this one, but we'll try. There we go. A nice clean cut. See if it will focus in a bit better. Get in there. Okay, yeah, you can see a bit better now that it's just 2 halves filled with a nice white chocolate outside, quite thick, sort of Lindt Lindor filling. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so it doesn't fill to the top. It's 2 halves. They fill each half and then stick it together, so they don't fill them to the top. So there will be a gap if you bit it, you know. So it's a bit, I don't know, I'm not too keen on that, but there we go, that's the way it is. Normally in actual Lindors, they fill from the top, don't you? So you have a little nubbin at the top. So you don't get that kind of problem, but you do get a gap at the top, of course. Okay, so can I find out what that darker patch is? Let's see if we can see one on here. No, you can see there just underneath my finger, can't you? Just coming a slight dark patch. It is at all. So if I'll just cut down through there. Okay, I think it was an air pocket. You can see there. I think that's all it was. There's nothing dodgy. I don't know if you can quite make that out. Focus in, you can see that gap there. So it's just an air pocket, basically. That's all it was. It was nothing, nothing dodgy. No strange creature or whatever. It focuses in on it. Will it focus in today? Come on. There we go, focus in. So you can see that little hole there, the bottom right corner. That's what it was. It was just an air pocket, so it was nothing inside there. So, okay, there we go. Well, that's relief. Thought it might be some kind of, I don't know, God knows what. All right, well, I think we should give these a taste. So let's do it. Let's give them a taste. Okay, well, yes, give these Lindt Lindor white chocolate mini eggs a taste. Yeah, so let's say not officially called white chocolate mini eggs, just called Lindt Lindor white. It just says eggs as well. It doesn't say mini eggs or anything like that. So white chocolate eggs. Not really eggs either. As I say, they're very, very depository shaped, really, if anything. So there we go. All right, so we'll get a new one. We'll the other one I chopped up a bit, so we'll get a brand new one out. So I'm going to do a bit of a comparison between the other ones as well, and the Lindt sort of milk chocolate with a creamy white filling. I see what the difference is there. But basically, these have actually got white chocolate in. Is the main gist of it. And obviously, a Lindor filling as well. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's do it. Wow. Wow. Oh yeah, so it's definitely, these are definitely yeah, the difference between these and normal things is obviously it's got the white chocolate outside, nice white chocolate, and the inside just melts straight away. It's a very creamy, liquidy filling, and it just melts as soon as it comes into contact with anything in your mouth, basically. Yeah, it just flows away. It's a bit there. Yeah, so what's the difference with these? A lot richer than these ones. I think normally Lindor for me, I'll just try one of these ones as well, which is, as I say, the one of these here. So we've got the difference. Yeah, these are obviously milk chocolate on the outside as well, so they are a bit of a difference actually, and it's quite nice. I think for me, Lindor is generally a bit too creamy for me, a bit too sickly. The full size ones, those big spheres. But these ones are definitely a lot smaller and a lot more enjoyable for me. They're just not as sickly. And I think these are a better size, to be honest with you. So you can see here we go. We've got the sort of Lindor one and the milk chocolate one on the other side. This is Lindt on the milk chocolate one, which I think is nicer. It doesn't say it on this one. You know, tried looking at it before and I couldn't see it at all. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, that's if it did. It'd be a bit the same mould, really. Yeah. Obviously isn't. Yeah, so this one, as I say, it's like a milky cream filling. Yeah, very sort of, I'd say very more milky. Noticeably so. That's the Lindor, and this one's very sort of white chocolatey. Very smooth, rich, sickly filling, really. Even more sickly. Even in a small form like this. We can see both of them have a gap in the middle, a cavity there, because they're both stuck together in half, so it leaves they're both half cups filled and they're stuck together, so it leaves a gap in the middle, which is a bit poor. But yeah. Yeah. For me, these are definitely the right size for Lindor products, because it's just too much filling normally in one of the big Lindor boxes, basically, in Lindor sweets, basically. It's just too much. Whereas like this, it's just the right size for me. It's definitely a lot more manageable, less sickly, but it's still quite sickly. White chocolate's nice though, but it's quite hard to. I'll say the filling is white chocolate, but it's not white chocolate as well, if you know what I mean. It's just white chocolate with a smooth melting filling, 44%. I'm not sure what the 44% is there. I don't know if it's the white chocolate or the filling. So I don't know if the filling doesn't seem to be. I'm not sure if the filling is. It's obviously not white chocolate, but I don't know. It's obviously presumably based on it. Yeah, it's okay. It's just for me, Lindor products are just too sickly generally. I just find them a bit too much. I know some people love them. Not too bad for me, but I don't. But they're just a bit too sickly. But these are definitely better, I think, for me, for the sickly factor than the regular Lindors, because they're just too much for me. They're too big. I do quite like the mini Lindors as well, which I think are sort of almost half the size of these again. And I think they're even better for the size. I think these are still slightly too big, really. Yeah, they're not quite, a bit more than half the size, but they're sort of spherical. Imagine a sphere coming out from the centre. In fact, it wouldn't be rugby ball shaped. I say this is a rugby ball shape. It's not a egg shape. I don't know. Yeah, not a very good shape, this, really. But yeah, so if you imagine if it was a sphere where it would end, it would obviously not have the elongated edges, and that's just the right size, I think. Whereas this one's slightly too big, just slightly, obviously. Yeah. It's not bad. I think if you love Lindors, you'll probably like this one. Yeah, well, definitely will, because it's Lindor, basically. Especially white chocolate. For me, the white chocolate's okay. It's not the best white chocolate. It's just you barely really notice it, to be honest with you. It's more about the centre. Doesn't really have much of a. It has a taste, but the centre just dominates it really with these. I say these are quite high in calories as well. I guess a tendency, obviously, you're going to eat it all at once, but it does split in half if you bite it like that. But I don't think many people would. Yeah. For me, Lindors are just not that great. I know a lot of people love them. They're too much for me. This one is better because it's easier to eat. It's not sickly, but it's still slightly too big. Yeah, and it's still just a bit too much. Yeah. Nonetheless, it's not too bad. I just feel like there needs a bit more variety as well. It'd be nice to be in an assorted pack. It's just too much of the same taste. Too sickly all the time. I don't know. It's okay. I think I do prefer these ones, the other ones. I just think it's not quite as sickly. Still gives you the same, even though it's not white chocolate. It gives you the same sort of, hit, I guess. And it just tastes not quite as sickly. Still not a great product really, but this week's better. You just get more of the experience. You have the milk chocolate and that creamy centre. You don't get the white chocolate taste, of course, but since in the Lindor ones anyway, it's more about the centre. You don't really taste the white chocolate anyway. You do sort of it, but not really. I don't think you're missing out. So the ones do taste quite milky though, not creamy. The Lindor ones are very creamy. The ones are quite milky. So it swings and roundabouts. I think they're both the same, but just good in different ways. I think I generally prefer the other ones. Those milk chocolate ones, I think, just with a creamy filling, because I just think they're just a bit less sickly, really. But they're still both around the same. I think so. This Lindor mini egg ones, I'm going to give a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, they're just nice, as I say. They just they do the job really. I think if you love Lindors, you'll probably bump it up to a 4 or 4.5. But for me, they're just too sickly, and I think this one, while less sickly because of the size, is still slightly too big. I think I do prefer the spheres that you can get, which are the mini spheres, which are just like these, but as I say, not quite as elongated because they're spherical. So it's just the right amount then. These are just slightly too much still. And they're not really egg-shaped either. I don't know what's going on with these, but anyway, who knows? But yeah, so there we go. So 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, not too bad. But as I say, if you love Lindors, I think you'll love them even more. But for me, just a bit too sickly. You can't really taste the white chocolate too much. Yeah, very calorific as well, but not really holding that against them. I think chocolate generally is, but worth bearing in mind. Okay, so if you enjoyed that review, you know the drill by now, I'm sure. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, check out the YouTube member program. Great way to support the channel, get some exclusive content as well, depending on the tier you pick. Yeah, leave a comment for free. I always reply, I really do. Yeah, check out the Discord server. Great way to get in contact with me as well and chat to the community. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.